I've chosen to make a rope handle using some cord. This is 550 parachute cord. It comes in many colors and it's very strong. To begin this project, we'll get our frame drum. We'll take our handle, in this case the wine holding fish, we'll put it about in the center. We'll gather up a length of cord and we'll start the process. One of the things I've enjoyed since I was a kid was figuring out how to make rattlesnake tassels. When you have a piece of rope and want to put a festive end on it. So I figured out how to make a tassel that looks like a rattlesnake tail. And this is on a nice big piece of rope. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tassels. Each one takes about 6 inches. So when you're doing a project, leave about 6 inches for every tassel. In this case, it was about 3 feet. Now for our drum, we want to replace this end with some longer string. So I'm going to take this out and put a longer string. This time, we're putting the strings right through the frame of the drum. And we're going to pull it tight with a knot on the outside. So I'm leaving about a foot of loose string. Now the fun part to make our rattlesnake. I'm going to put it over a finger. Leave about how far I want it to start. And then take the string over one side and back through, over the other side and back through the middle. Now I'll take up my other hand to make it easier. Over the other side and back through the middle. And as we go, I can see that after a few turns I can tighten it up a little and start to see what I'm doing. We go over one side, back through the middle, over the other side and back through the middle. And this is about as simple and fun way as I could think to make a nice rattlesnake rattle on the end of any string. And I invented this as a high school student, just playing around, and it probably exists by others before me who are more sophisticated, but once you pull it through, now just pull that knot down, pull it tight, and you have a nice rattlesnake end. Now we'll continue with the other string, and I'm going to start it a finger or two further out. Again, we take it over a finger, kind of doing it upside down from when I had it on the other side of the drum. Maybe you can see better. But once we start, just over, back through the middle, over the other side, back through the middle. Now once you've got started, just keep the end a little bit tight so you can find your way over and under. Looks like we could do a few more to make a nice rattlesnake tail. But once we've got a few going, it gets a lot easier. It's easier to pull it tight, easier to get the knot through. Well, let's see, I'd say a couple more. This is a Bob Ross rattlesnake tail. That means do it how you like. Is yours a young rattler with 3 or 4? Or is it an old rattler with a dozen? You decide. 7 loops. Now once you pull your loops a little bit tight and it looks alright to you, then slip the knot to the end, just pull it through, and we now have 2 rattlesnake tails on our drum. And I'm going to leave a little, I don't know, about 2 inches off of each end. What do you think? And because we don't want this looking ratty, we're going to come up with our candle and melt the ends. Well, that was so much fun. I'm going to do that on the other side. I just stick another string through the 1/4 inch hole, my paracord, melt the end so it won't fray, let it cool a sec. Now, in order to make this knot pull through, the hole is real easy. Just put a simple overhand knot in there and pull it. And I see a little white sticking out. Now, if that bothers you like it did me right now, I'm going to melt it just a little more till it's a nice melted black end on the end. There we go. That's a lot better. Oh, I'm going to leave about a foot of string here. I'm going to put it over a finger and take the rope over, through the middle, over the other side, through the middle, over the other side and through the middle, over the other side and through the middle, until it looks like we want it to look. Pull it tight. If it looks tight enough, let's just slide that knot to the end, and we've got a rattlesnake tail right there. That's a little ratty. Let's see if we can still melt it off. Takes a little more melting if the white's sticking out, but there, we got it. And now to the last tassel. Let's put this one down maybe 6 inches. The idea is that I don't want to be too symmetrical. So I'll put it over my finger, make a loop, go over the string on one side, then over and back through the middle on the other side, over, back through the middle on the next side, over through the middle again, and how about at least one more? So I'll go ahead and make 5 on each side. Pull it a little bit tight, slide the knot down, and there we have a nice 5-segment rattlesnake tassel. We'll leave a couple of inches off the end. We still have a candle, hasn't burned out yet. We'll bring our candle in here, melt the end. To check out our drum, we've got some tassels on 3 sides.